over it, but driving myself 6, 8, 10, 12 hours a day is like not any fun anymore. So, and Fluttr might play out. We've got another album in the works. I've been in the studio diligently working on that all winter. They'll be coming out soon, so we'll see what happens after we release that. We're even debating whether we're going to release a CD or if it's just going to be a digital only kind of thing. And I'm more digital, but the audience demographic for prog music like CDs. So that's another.
Why is that?
A lot of them are older guys, like people that don't either trust their computers, like their computers, or we've had requests for vinyl, man. Like, so I younger people don't mind digital only. Some do. Like my roommate, he's a guy in his 20s and he wants a CD. He wants a physical thing he can hold, with shiny graphics and all of that stuff. And that's great. But I think most people are digital people. So either way, if you only release it in one format, somebody's going to be upset. So you got to get it out there in as many ways as you can. But physical CDs cost a lot more to produce. So it's debatable.
Right. So are the people looking for vinyl? Are those really old fuddy-duddies, or are they just like nouveau kind of retro kids?
A little of both. Like we've got a couple of 70s rock band kind of guys that saw Yes in '74 and stuff like that, and those guys want vinyl because obviously vinyl's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then you've got more like young hipster kids. Like the cool thing about hip hop is it sort of kept vinyl alive. Like we still have DJs and stuff that go out and search new vinyl, and
that's true.
People still releasing things on vinyl. So, it's not a bad idea if you ever think you might have like some kind of dance club hit to make some vinyl.
Right, that's good.
And it's kind of cool thing in terms of like having something people can hold in their hands. That's a cool thing to hold in your hands, even if I didn't have a vinyl player. I do, but even if I didn't and I could have a Flutter Effect album, I think I would get it. So and Nine Inch Nails is really good at that because they sort of have like levels. It's sort of like for $10 you get the files, for $20 you get the CD with the flashy graphics, for $50 you get the limited edition DVD, CD, extra packaging sort of thing. So they're really good with that because a lot of people do want stuff, and some people just want to hear the songs, and some people want like a really kick-ass shiny thing to hold, So they're really cool. He's really good to check out for that stuff. He's always on the cutting edge.
He gets a lot of press from that, and people are mimicking. So it's it's great. It's giving the consumer what he or she may want, which is not always the cookie cutter, CD jewel case.
Exactly.
But then it's also you can almost give away the low end stuff because it doesn't cost you anything, and then you just make up the difference by upselling to your psychotic hardcore fans.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's got a great model. He's got a team to push it too.
So your new album is coming out. You have a projected date?
Oh, well, let's say June 1st.
Oh, good.
Tentative. So, yeah, there's not a lot left for me to do on it. So I'm still one of the dangers. This album was recorded at home, and Jay and I moved in together and put our studios together and decided to record the Flutter album at home. And doing it one song at a time in your basement in your bathrobe with your cup of coffee is great, but at the same time things can kind of linger.
Yeah, it doesn't put the fire under you.
Yeah, and really in terms of like in the recordings before, like they're great now that I listen back, but at the time I remember listening to a lot of those and like hating your guitar sound. We didn't like the toms on that one, we didn't like the kick drum on that one, or the cello was terrible on this track. But in the studio when you're paying for it, you don't have time always to go back and really tweak things and fix things and be as obsessive compulsive as both Jay and I are about these things. So at home when, 3 weeks later when you're still listening to that track and you're recording the backup vocals, you're like, really, I really hate my guitar part. I'm going to go back and change it. But I need a better tone, and you can. So, which is great. I think we're going to come up with with a really cool album. But at the same time, like, you can over obsess about things, and we do kind of need a little fire under our ass, I think, sometimes, to get things done. But I'm not in any hurry. I want to make the album that I want to make and release it. So this is one of the few times, first time ever for Fluttr that I've just said, like, it's going to take how long it takes, and when I'm done with it, I'll let you guys know. So I haven't been in any hurry to do anything, to really crank it out. If I don't know where to go with a track, like, I took a month off of listening to it just because I couldn't listen to all that stuff again. You lose perspective when you're working on it every day, all day.
Yeah.
And it's like smelling perfume. After a couple of them, you just can't tell anymore. So
drinking beer. Yeah,
exactly. You got to take some time off and get some perspective on it. So I took some time off, and now I'm back at it, and hopefully with some fresh angles, and certainly with renewed spirit to get it done and to get excited about it. You don't listen to it, you come back to it, and you don't hear the things you didn't like so much anymore. You hear the things that are good about it, and that's important to remember. As an obsessive artist, to there are parts in there that sound great. But the longer you're allowed to do it, and depending on the person, you can really overanalyze yourself and really tweak too much sometimes. Sometimes it's the spirit of it that needs to come out, and not the technicalities.
So where can everyone find you online? You want to give a plug to your various presences online, if even Trojan, your label, your band, anything?
Yeah. We're at fluttereffect.com, of course. FLUTTR effect.com. The label's not really ready to go yet, so we'll hold off the Trojan Horse thing. But you can put it out there. It's certainly not promotional yet. So the spring has been like really busy for me. Hopefully, all of this, I'm going to take a big creative dump at the end of the spring and put it all out there at once. It's all building up right now. So
awesome.
I'm, like I said, I'm producing 3 other people, so I'm finishing their stuff up at the same time finishing Fluttr and doing the label. So hopefully all of this is going to coincide with a big release, right around June 1st, somewhere in there, that just says, here's everything. The promotion for Fluttr will, cross over into promotion for the label, and the label promotion can cross over with the Fluttr promotion, and we can use both things to help each other.
Cool.
So that's the idea. Yeah, we're on MySpace and Facebook, and we have a Twitter account. So we're on all of the social media.
That's it. That's the hat trick. Get all 3 of them.
Yeah. The social media hat trick these days.
It's nutty.
Everybody's got a Twitter.
You gotta have one of each, and yet you gotta say the exact same thing on each. So they might as well be one. Sometimes. All right. Well, it's great talking to you, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks, man. And I'll hopefully hear from you soon.
Thanks for listening. Again, to hear more of the band's music, go to their website, fluttereffect.com. That's FLUTTR effect.com, and myspace.com/fluttereffect. I'm going to close the podcast with a full track from the band, the same one we started with. It's called Amplify. See you next time.
Activity, abductee.